Well, good afternoon to someone who is on here. Greetings to you all and welcome to beautiful Barbados. Again, we're being blown by Ernesto, who's gone to the north of the island, and it's just pulling everything off the south. So right now we're experiencing a lot of south breezes. It's very choppy, so if you're going to get interference in wind and stuff, please don't worry about it too much, because we have no control over that. We have on all of our equipment that we can possibly put on to make this as smooth as possible for you, but we want to share with you an area of Barbados that we did not get to share with you after Beryl had passed. You can now see what the changes are. Obviously a lot of stuff has moved around since Beryl has passed, but we are still seeing a lot of impacts that had obviously happened over the time. And also last night, I understand for some guests staying just behind us, that down here was really rough with the breezes and stuff, which should be expected, wind and rains and stuff down here. Must be pretty intense coming off, you see. You know, we're looking in general direction. Directly in front of us at the very end there, you see the tractors put in some more or adding more to the grind area down by Sugar Bay. We will investigate that later on. I hope that everybody remembers when you start trapping the sand that's circulating in one area. Other areas are going to be impacted, as we have seen all around the island already. Excuse the elevations of voice, but it's a thing that I'm very passionate about, the disruption of the currents and these flow of sands and stuff. We've seen the kind of impacts it's had already on the island, so I hope whoever's done that carefully planned this all. And you know, it's Coconut Court, just approximately mid-screen right now, directly in the middle of the screen. And we're going to be walking in easterly direction, putting the wind in front of us so the microphone's a little more protected so we don't get as much wind blow. But good afternoon, is it afternoon? Yeah, afternoon to each and every one of you, and welcome to beautiful Barbados. We are the EMC. I'm here with my beautiful co-star wife. Got to add that extra part there, you know. If not, a certain person will again contact with me and tell me, Nicholas, remember, it is wife, not co-star. Well, I'm going to get it both, co-star, wife. All right, if you were being here recently, last year, you remember I had a clean set of steps coming up here. All that was disrupted and damaged due to the passing of Beryl. And you will see they're putting in some concrete base here as well, to make a section, obviously somewhere you can get up to, or maybe an area to enjoy the view and stuff from. We're getting back in that direction, and we're going to show you all the impacts that we're seeing. Talk to you a little bit about what we're seeing. Let me see some of the beauty of Barbados. As I said before, a wind-blown day, but just beautiful. Before we move another inch, we're going to start off the way we like to start off vlogs, no matter what time it is. All depends on the environment. Maybe in an area that's bashy or a lot of loud music and stuff, we really don't say Serenity Prayer, or we will try and get to the quietest of the areas to say it. But when we're at the beach, something like this here, in a beautiful natural environment, breathing serenity and peace, we like definitely say Serenity Prayer. Those of you who would like to join us, please do. All others, we'll be back to you in a few moments' time. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Well, if she talks, you all may not hear her, but I know that she wants it, because the microphone's the other direction, which I'm trying to shelter. Oh, you're saying hello, Roger? Roger's on? Good afternoon, you Roger. Thanks so much for the welcome back last night on your radio show, for all the blessings and for all the love that everyone and yourself gave us. Thank you so very much. All right, so you'll remember this area here prior Beryl, our last vlog. If you have not seen many places in Barbados, you want to see the entire coastline, we have an archive of vlogs up there on YouTube that go right back to when we first started, on every beach, every piece of coastline, and majority of the scenic locations, and a lot of botanical locations in the center of the island we have covered. So if you're new to our channel, have a look through our channel archives itself. What you can do if you are also new to our channel, please try and seek our EMC Explorations of Barbados map. That has all the places we visited by the names that we call them, which can be somewhat different to what other maps and other books may call them, but we call them by the names we know, or the names I grew up knowing as being a surfer and on the beach all of my life. So you can always have a look there. Get our map. If you do not have it, request it in the chat for me, or send an IM to me so I can send that map to you. Or we also have links up there for Shutterfly. If you have a Shutterfly account, you can download it free. Remember, if you're getting it through IM, you're going to get a small map. So we would definitely be finding some other way, or we will give you the link to go up and get off, maybe off our Google Cloud or something. We also have it there as well. So if you do not have access to our map, I definitely recommend you get that. You also want information as to guide you on who we are and how to get around the map and everything else, because we want this to be as user friendly as possible. We believe our archives and our map is an ideal way of if you're a person that likes to research where you're going rather than get lost and find yourself back in, our map is the ideal way to do that. You can research the entire island, decide, well, this place is not fit in my top 10, we leave that until next time, or whatever the case may be. Or this place has changed so much, so I was there last time, maybe you should go and have a look at it again. Have a look at our archives, you know, pull up some of the blogs, look for a particular area. You may know the names of the areas. You could put in a name that you may know an area as. However, it doesn't come up, I can assure you it is there as long as it's on the coastline, just under a different name. So one more time, first of all, everyone should be entitled. They can't hear me right now, so I'm going to just give you a couple of still beautiful shots of me. So, you can hear me, so decide not to talk. I decide to do a little silent motion for you. Good afternoon to all the MC Live warriors on board right now. All your numbers represent energy, love, peace, all the inspiration and the encouragement that we could possibly want or need.
Clear.
Oh, you hear me loud and clear?
I do.
You can hear me loud and clear, I've been told. That is wonderful news. So that means that everybody's going to get what they came here for. They saw me just now and they're going to hear me. They don't need
to put the shirt on.
put a shirt on. Oh, sorry. Sorry, dude. I don't have any snow here and there's no rain. It's not cool. I enjoy the blessed sunshine. All right, so let's take a little stroll now. Probably talk a lot of the same thing again over and over and over, but what our journey is all about is love and peace and happiness and kindness, and just expressing hospitality, care and kindness to all those that we come in contact with, whether it be local or whether it be international. It makes no difference. That's how we are. All right, so this area, if you go back at some of the old vlogs, you will notice the whole beach that was here has gone. It wasn't a big beach anyhow, but there was a lot of sand that was on the inside rocks there, and they also had cannons that were right here. It was a beautiful little sort of like backdrop picture location before cannons had signposts. Everything up here is signposts. Still behind us, bus pole sign, still in front of us slightly. But the cannons have been taken away. As you can see, they're in the sand. That is the remnants of what Beryl did to some of the areas. So everything that was here, the entire little garden that was all beautifully decorated here on top of these boulders that was supposed to protect it, and also the coconut trees as well, you will see all that has been wiped away. So the cannons have fallen. A lot of beach problems on the island due to Beryl. A lot of people thought, well, Barbados did not get hit, everything is fine. No, that's certainly not the case. Talk to any of our fisher folks, especially ones that are based in Bridgetown, or any ones that have ice boats, and they will tell you how Beryl certainly did not miss us. The winds missed us, but the waves certainly did not. All right, again, all this area, now these rocks are always exposed. You can see that actually from the coloration of the rock itself, which means it's weathered. But normally in front of here, at low tide, you could have walked around on sand. All that sand has been shifted. A lot of the sand that was on this coastline is being driven into the properties that are bordering the coastline. We've noticed that, especially on the going up in this direction on the left side of the actual boardwalk. All the areas were like troughs and stuff now filled with sand. So a lot of sand has moved. What is of serious notice for us, though, besides all the sand moving for the system, is the outer protection bar that's put there to protect the surge bar, or groin surge bar that's out there. That is where the beach used to go out to. This is prior to Beryl, long before Beryl. Like last year, the sand would have gone right out to those rocks. However, for months now, before the hurricane season, that sand has started to move, and it's actually gone from there, that beach now. I don't know if it will rebuild. I don't know if current's pulling one way or the other way and it's going to rebuild it. I think that's probably unlikely. Because as you would have noticed, groins are being erected to the east of here and groins erected to the west of here. Therefore, the normal close in currents that would bring stuff up through this area like sand, etc., is probably not making that trip with the sand now. The sand is probably dropping further out in the outside bar, which is very possible, or will do so going forward. I really don't know. That's the only thing I'm taught. Remember, I have absolutely no expertise whatsoever in this area. I am only referencing my knowledge of the, I can't tell how many years because you will start checking my age, but for 50 plus years, well, I'm 53, so I can say 50 plus years, I've been on the beaches of Barbados and enjoying them. So I'm only telling you what I've seen. I've seen sand come, sand go, beaches form, beaches go. But when I see groins going up, I've only seen disruption since they've been put up. So as I said before, you're disrupting from one area, but you're building some international or renowned known beaches in other areas. But this section here, a little more sand than it had when I saw it like back in around May. However, it's still not building as it was before. You would have walked all out here. You can see these rocks here being under sand. Again, you can see the ones that are weathered with color and the ones that are not. So the ones that are not weathered would have been under sand most of the time. And then you would have had sand going right around here from the point of these rocks, going to the point of those rocks, pretty much a straight line. And then all up here would have been a beach. So that's gone. Whether it comes back or not, something to be seen and something to obviously be observed. But we're going to do that because that's what we do. We like to think our archives has been a history of what Barbados was, is, and hopefully we'll catch it as it will be. We'll see how that goes. Good afternoon to all of the people that come across this, whether you're an EMC Live Warrior, which is presently on board with us, or someone that comes across this vlog later on. Remember, our love is not limited to a select group. Our love is not limited at all, because we give a divine love to share. So the only way for us to keep on receiving that divine love is to keep sharing the divine love that we are getting. So we bestow the blessings that are bestowed on us, we freely and happily give to you. So whoever you are coming across this vlog, thank you for coming and have a look at it. If you're of a similar mind, which is peace and love and kindness and happiness, and want to see positivity in life and want to take that vicious, sharp edge off of life, come and join us, please, and become a part of our family. Quite a few visitors in. A lot of hotels are heavily booked. We have noticed that, especially in the West Coast. We know someone who was trying to source some hotels for a while, had a little bit of a trouble, but are sourcing them now, so that's important. But you will also notice this area here, where those folks are, you would have just touched the water before. This would obviously only be recent years, because past years there was no beach here. You used to actually walk around the wall here and go up through high tide if you want to go further up. But the lane of the actual Richie Haynes Boardwalk has formed groins in different areas, capture sand in different areas, and you will see it as we go up. A lot of it is missing now, but again, put in Hastings Boardwalk in the search engine on YouTube, you will see pretty much anything you want to see has been over the last three and a half years. You'll have videos in there showing you how the changes have come about. Boardwalk was obviously built before that, but that will show you the boardwalk in full condition at low tides and stuff, which we've captured as well. So you will see how much sand has been disrupted for this hurricane season so far. Remember, most of it will move offshore and come back in. That's if it's not trapped somewhere else. So we see how that goes and what happens from here on going in. But beautiful, beautiful day in Barbados. Yes, little traces of sargassum. Majority sargassum on the beach is dark, which would indicate they're from a float from days before, which would have dried out. The lighter color would mean it's a fresh float that would probably have come in just prior to the passing of Ernesto. Or you would probably get even more of it coming behind, because that's a very fast tropical system that's moving. It's gone to the north of east of where we are. But because after all this suction behind it, which is pulling everything behind it as it goes in its anti-clockwise spiral, pulling all the winds off of the south, which is going to be bringing up very rough sea conditions and gale forces such as this. If anyone's over by Soup Bowl, if your swell is not completely dropped off, if your system is not pulled away, the last piece of your swell, conditions today are perfect for you. Over here you can see the blues, you can see the greens, absolutely lovely. Normally in a full-fledged sargassum season, which we're going to call it, that will be the hurricane season, you would see grays, browns and greens only out here. You would not see the turquoises and the blues that you're seeing now, because you would have not only possibly floating sargassum, but sargassum which is decaying and gone to the bottom as it's sunk over time. So normally you would not see these kind of reefs if you were having a dread sargassum season. Yes, we're having some heavy days, I won't deny that. I've seen some heavy days on the coastline. However, it's not staying around for heavy weeks, which it has done in the past. You get a couple of days, it shifts with the tide, and then it's coming back in another few days after that, etc. But not remaining here consistently. And the outside reef, as you can see, is cleared up. It is beautiful. There's no sargassum out there. So the only little traces on top are fresh little floats are coming in, and hopefully that will not get too heavy. All right, so in case you're not sure where we are, look on your maps. SOCO, SOCO Hotel. This is it right here. This is located at the bottom of, let me get this right though, 𝐷·MATHIAS, which is right opposite here. So if you come to Highway 7, 𝐷·MATHIAS on your right, SOCO is on your left. This is SOCO Hotel itself. Seeing a lot of very happy hours at that bar up there, because we usually will take our elevated stance on top of here and show you what it looks like. So if you're interested in getting an accommodation and you want to stay in this immediate area, you see what here looks like. It looks like the kind of ambience and atmosphere that you want to enjoy. This is where you can come and stay. Now, I know I haven't given you a circle of love yet. I give you 360s, which are circles with some kind of audio impact from me, or could be from my superstar wife, because she likes to take my gimbal sometimes and talk a lot of nonsense on it. But I quite enjoy that, and it's encouraged by everyone. It's not nonsense. I'm glad they can't hear you, because your voice blew into it. Oh, getting too smart. All right, a lot of trimming going on here. We're able to see the property again. I cannot remember the name of this offhand. If you go on the map, look so cool. Look, the building right next to it, and you have found it for yourself. Can't remember it right now. Haven't even tried to think of where we are or anything. Today's a freestyle kind of vlog. It's not our more like laid back or something. This is very freestyle, easy flowing and quick. So hopefully you're enjoying it as well. Just a beautiful day. So we are on the Richie Haynes Boardwalk. We are on the western end. That's where we just came off of the beach onto here. From here you can see right down through Coconut Court Hotel, and then beyond that to Sugar Bay. Yeah, brother, you good? All right, man. Nice, man. All right, so you've seen that section. You know approximately where we are. This is what we're taking in now. Over the last year, this is sort of like transpired, where again this beach is building because the laying of these groins and multiple groins here to try and hold the sand in this area. Normally it goes right by here with the currents and goes on to beaches beyond or in the other direction. But right now, as you can see, they built these groins that go out to sea, which is sort of like to trap the sand in there. And then they have a small cross groin which runs horizontal to the actual beach itself. And that will trap the sand up inside. I'll show you in a few minutes time. However, that doesn't stop anything like Beryl from taking the sand. A lot of sand is moved from here. These beaches were quite a bit bigger in May and June, just prior to Beryl. What's up, fellas? You all want to shout out all my friends from all over the world? I tell them about Beijing. I tell them the true beauty of Barbados is within our people. So I know you, never, right? Never. Okay, and I don't know you either, right? But you see smiles, you feel the love, respect. And how are y'all going, man? All right, we are the EMC. So what we do is we believe in spreading joy and happiness and love and kindness to everyone. So what you're doing right now is you are showing people the love from Barbados. And I thanks very much for coming straight out and talking to us, sir. You all have a blessed day, all right? Respect, man. I hope to see you online, right? All right, hi ladies, how are you? Okay. All right, so we like to do that whenever we can. That's what we do. Our original journey of Barbados was to show the beauty of Barbados only. Boom. It then turned into a very spiritual journey through the beauty of Barbados. And then all of a sudden, over the last, I'd say maybe a year and a half, we've now realized, well, not that we didn't know it before, but we truly understand, appreciate, and highlight the beauty of the Barbadian people. Because I've been quite a few places in the world. I haven't traveled extensively, but the places I've been, I've seen some beautiful places. But I have never met people like my fellow Bajans. Say I'm biased. I don't care if you say I'm biased, because you're only living in denial, because you know very well that if you come to Barbados and you love here because of the friendships, the families, and also the way you feel amongst the people of Barbados. That is the special thing about Barbados. Eh? Yes, this is beautiful. But you would have seen just now the true beauty. Walk up to any stranger, just make sure not to camera shy, start a discussion, then start talking and bam. All about love, man. Love and smiles, man. We just demonstrate that for you, and we do it every time that we vlog. Whether it be up here in the community, whether it be on the beach, wherever we go. Our main focus is to interact with the Barbadian and the fellow human being that's in Barbados. I emphasize that, and I said it a little bit louder. I amplified it. I projected my voice. But I did that for a reason, because I want people to understand that we are about the love of people. The beauty of Barbados is just the backdrop, the beautiful backdrop, but the forefront, the people of Barbados. All right, so you know about this hotel. You've seen it as it's been building. If you don't know about it, put in Hastings Boardwalk and listen to some information on it. Originally, before Beryl, all along here had beautiful artwork that was done. I say artwork because some were painting, some were photographs, some were actual like a basket kind of thing. All that was laid all along the front section of this developing hotel, and the reason that was done was to beautify the boardwalk and take the attention off of construction, which it certainly did. I don't know if these were taken on just prior to Beryl, or if it were taken on because of Beryl, but they have been taken down. And as you'll see, they've also started to open up the hotel. The roadside is open now. You can see it from the road itself. There are no more barriers up. And up here, yes, again, some porous-style barriers, so we can have a better look at the actual construction of it and what's going on here. But as you see, they've already started to put on some primer on the upper floors. This went really high. Everybody who is on here will know, and if you don't know, you will hear it throughout our vlogs. I am one of the believers that the tree height is the height that should be left at. You know, I don't think that we should go in this multiple story site. But then again, you will also hear me admit, I have no clue about finances, about raising money, keeping money, or running a country. So I don't know what is necessary, any sacrifice that need to be made. But I don't like skyscrapers. I think you can go to Miami and find them. I would like to see low hotels and condos rather than this. And that's just my personal opinion. That's not the opinion of anybody but me. But you can have a look at this here. It's going to be a beautiful hotel. It's going to offer a lovely spot for whoever comes here to visit and stay here. But I don't know, it's just, for me, it's just something that I'm not very happy or comfortable with. But you know, it's powers beyond my control, so serenity is always practiced. You will remember, if you had been here 3-4 years ago, haven't been back since COVID, you will remember what this place used to look like, the derelict hotel that was here. Terrible, the old 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐿 Hotel, former 𝐊𝐈𝐍𝐿 Hotel. Terrible condition. That was let for years and years. Then we heard it was sold, we knew it was going to be built up to something. And this is the product, not the end product, but the product of that development. We were talking about the groins. Now you're seeing these groins here. The sand has been moved, of course, because this beach used to go a lot further out. That groin was almost covered. The last time you could see the outer rocks. Again, we're going to demonstrate it by telling you about the coloration. You can see outer rocks, except for the very top of the last rock, which has a little moss on it. Most of them are a lot lighter than the inner rocks, and that's because they see sand on them on occasion. So they would have had sand on them, not for a long time, because these have not been dropped for a long time, so the colors will be very cool still. However, you will see the other areas that have moss on them, and then you'll see in front of them no moss. That is because the sand was here a little while ago. Color very similar, because there was no sand here up to a year ago. When these groins were not laid here, this was all reef and waterfront, nothing else. Thank you for the kudos. I don't get to see a lot of messages unless they're highlighted to me by Jeanette, because everything flicks through here very quickly. So thank you very much for the kudos on what we're doing. Remember, we're walking a journey for our journey of life towards the light. This is our way of sharing the beauty that we experience and the peace and serenity that we like to encircle ourselves with, so that we can deal with this thing called life in a way that we should, and that's by not taking responsibilities for anything beyond our own control, which is us, our behavior, our mannerism, etc. Otherwise to that, we have no control over it. So this is about that kind of journey. So I hope you understand that. Those who have been here a long time ago, we have some of the original people that came on here. I just saw our bus driver on here. She's known as the boss lady. I saw her scatter on here. I'm not sure she's still on, but she has been one. She was the original person that came walking with me on my very first live vlog. She comes on still. So we have people that still seek the serenity and the peace, and then we have others that find it and move on, and then later on we find them coming back. That's just how it is. We offer a place of serenity and peace, and the reason we do that is because we want to heal ourselves, and the only way to heal ourselves is through love. That is the blessing that we've all been given. It is it's up to us to share it or not share it. I would highly recommend you share it, and I promise you, the more love you share, the more love thou shalt receive. All right, so again, we did some vlogs over here. All the sand here is being driven upward now. So you see we have a light below where you would have seen it coming over the groin and stuff. We now have a fairly big beach here. So the sand, rather than being driven over onto the on the other side, has stopped here, but all up through all of the great bush. Sorry, did I elevate bush by any chance? Did I? Yeah. Okay. All up by the sea great bush is full of sand, and there was not sand like that before. So the beach is actually sort of like got a little stronger but closer in. So all the sand is being driven up onto the top section, and as you can see, it's starting to come its way back down, getting drawn down by nature, which will be the incoming waves and also the heavy rains. 𝐊𝐶 has built sort of like ledge here. The 𝐊𝐶 does have some good things that it helps, and that is that after it settles and the sand goes on top of it, it tends to hold the sand in place a little bit. So you will find that some beaches today, you may walk down and you will see beautiful white sand, and then tomorrow you may see some brung coming up from under it. It's because the sand from on top has moved 𝐊𝐶 under there. So it does actually help to hold 𝐊𝐶 in place a little bit. Sorry, hold the sand in place a little bit. But you will see the difference about here. All over here had like a grassish area. Everything has been sort of like white clean. Remember, the sea was going into the main road over here. I'll give you a look there. That blue hut that's in the center, that's the NCC. Right beyond that is Chill and Grill. Well, I think they're still they're reworking. You'll see in a few minutes we can take you there. But that's where Chill and Grill were, or still are, but they were completely, I'd say, dismantled by Beryl. So the sea was passing through that, going across Highway 7 and up into the mall next door. So you can understand the kind of power of the water and stuff. So any of the trees or bush or anything that survived on the beachfront area here, you understand that is why it's perfect for this area, because the sand, it's holding sand's holding it in place, and it's not really moving. all the other types of plants that are planted are not really true beach plants would have gone for sure. That's if they were in the water range. All right, 𝐊𝐿𝐍𝐿 bar, we always mention here because this is one of our mobile offices. So good afternoon to all at 𝐊𝐿𝐍𝐿. I am not sure, I have not been in the island for a little while, or I should say we have not been in the island for a little while, so I can't even source any information from my beautiful co-star on what is going on here. But I know that they are functioning. I know they had a little incident the other day which we're dealing with, which I've dealt with, I think. But I'm not sure if they're actually open or not. But have a look at that. I know they'll be open for season. Of course, they're going to want to be here for the launch of this, which I would imagine would be somewhere around there as well. I'm not too sure on that. All right, so these are some folks that have sponsored this boardwalk, this area especially. I like to run down them. We usually fly straight by here and never pay our respects to them. So I need to come and show you who they are. Sponsors, as you can see, which is the tourism development, and then these are the gold partners. And then we go into the silver partners. What categorizes gold and silver, I am not sure, but I would imagine it's the investment. And as you can see, this is some beautiful work here. Absolutely lovely. I just put this here for you. You can pause it later on and read it. I'm not going to stay here and let you read that, because if you're like me, that would be another half an hour in the same location. So I'm just going to pass it by here. But I'm stopping there. I see little things of information that you can always get as well. Earthworks Pottery, thanks so much for all this amazing work on this one, and also the one in Warrens as well. If you do get a chance, have a look at Earthworks Factory when you're here. You can also get any of their products in at Flora Forest who are affiliated, so you can give them a shout as well. All right, so see how high the sand is. You will remember. I know for sure that Too Sexy for the Boardwalk and Big Jeff would remember that when we were here, when they had the big tourism thing, I don't remember when it was, some sailing, I think it was a sailing race or whatever, sailing on the boardwalk. This would have been a big drop off because there'd be no sand here. All that beach that we had mentioned before has been driven further up here. So it's, the sand for this area is just sort of like stuck around. It's sort of like built around here a little bit stronger. But you will see the impact on all the trees here that are not real true water trees. Now, oh no, this is just being destroyed because of the pressure that would have come up here and pull that right out of its root structure. So this would have come off, the beaches have been broken off or clamped down below. That will give you understanding of the power of nature. Sea was all over where we're walking right now, water was coming over. So that again will give you an indication of how serious Barrow was for Barbados. And obviously hearing that, you would know the kind of impact that it would have had on any of the coastline of the island. It's beautiful. All right, so we're on Hastings Rocks. We're just doing a walk through today here, so don't look for too much information. I just can give you some local points of areas of interest that you would know where we are. Hastings Rocks, Hastings Esplanade. You could term it whichever you want. This is all on the actual Hastings or the Richie Haynes Boardwalk. It's called the Hastings Boardwalk. Then we have, I will not tell you what's over next door this time. We do another thing, but the area is surrounded by businesses and commercial aspects that you'll be able to enjoy yourself while you're here. You can also get Wi-Fi in numerous locations around here as well. So if you're in Barbados and you don't live here, or even if you live here and you have friends that don't come out because they're too lazy, do me a favor, when you get here, put on your Wi-Fi, send a "you should be here" video to them. We don't believe in teasing. We definitely believe in teasing. Sorry. You see, that's what happens. When I'm on one side of the lens or one side of the camera, I tend to be a certain way. And when you put the camera on me from a different direction, I tend to be a different way. One way I said, we do not encourage it. The other way I tell you, we love it. So that's just how it is. It depends on the time of day as to how I feel. But all the bush that was here, again, it goes that word bush. SGP, if you're on board, this is all for you. All along here was decorated with the beautiful ornamental bush known as the sea grape. They're beautiful to look at. The berries are green in the beginning, they turn like a orangey pink, and then they go into a purple when they're fully ripe. But fully ripe just means they're about to drop off. It does not mean they're to be consumed. I started this by saying that it's an ornamental bush, so I'm sure that our sea grape police that is on board here, that she will have something to say about that. But remember, I do not tell lies, I do not fabricate the truth. So you can believe her or you can believe me, and I've already told you that I don't tell lies. All right, sargassum has made its way up in the lower steps. As you know, Hastings Boardwalk has a lower elevation. They're like tiers coming down to reinforce it, so it's not just one solid wall. It's actually battering, it's done in multi-layers, so the actual ocean's force is broken into different sections, so it doesn't hit all at one time or pull down a big wall. It's not forming a huge platform to hit. So that is obviously down for strength. Remember that the lower two levels here, the lowest one especially, is going to have on, not sargassum weed, it's going to have on moss. Moss is going to put you on you know where, and you will be introducing Panther to flora very quickly. So if you're walking down here, I wouldn't even recommend going to the lower one. You want above that at certain times of year, that can also have slippery moss on it as well. So if you're walking the boardwalk, you're unsure of yourself, please stay on the highest elevation. Do not go down the lower ones, because down there you will find loose sand. You will also find moss in many places. So I wouldn't recommend that at all. If you're an athletic person like me, everybody who may not know, I'll just let you know, I don't brag about myself, but I'm an Olympian. I've won every gold medal in this world that you know about, and every gold medal in this world that you can think about that's not even in existence. I hold the gold medal in that, and I will defend it if necessary. So I could hop, skip, and jump from elevation to elevation. It's not a problem, as you would have seen just now, because I am that versatile and that gifted in athletic skills. All right, so public facilities, only showing this here because I know you may come in here tomorrow saying they're closing down with that. All right, public facilities, restrooms here. I think they close at 5 or 5:30. However, if you are at Chill, they will have access to them. So I'm not sure if that's changed, but that's how it used to be. And this is the NCC. They also have cameras, as you will see. One camera is in operation, the other one is hanging, because these were all hammered. Can you imagine swells hitting this area and actually breaking over this building? I would imagine when it hit the actual boardwalk section in the concrete, they would have gone 30, 40 feet in the air and come down on a building like this. So you imagine the force they went through. If you look at them, the only one you will see right now is very, very murky. I looked at it earlier on to see what down here was like, so you get sort of the idea of what we were bringing you to see. All right, sand, sand all over. Sea was going up in this road beyond the transport board bus. We have videos that were presented, not we, but it was on WhatsApp, from some of the residents in that area, in those condos, that took the water coming in by their yard that was coming over all here, water rushing and going up into that actual gap itself. Vehicles could not pass here. It was completely waterlogged, and also had water coming through here in swells as well, and surges. So you can appreciate how serious out here was. Understand why all the board that was along this area for you to sit on, because this was a half circle of wood before. You understand why that is no longer here, because the force of nature showed who was stronger. Very easy. What has happened though since is the beautification of this sign. Thank you for painting it and redoing it for us. For a while we have passed here. Now I may be saying that it may not have been done right after Beryl, but it was certainly done since the last time I was down here. So thank you again, kudos, nice facelift, beautiful. We've been calling this name all day. It's nice to actually see it in recognition out here. But you can see the damage that's gone on here. All these here were put in with spikes into the wall. These were not put down here to be knocked off, and that would just give you an indication of how serious it was. Very similar to the harbour where the fishing boats were. You know, that was constructed with the thought that that would withstand up to any size swell. However, it got beyond the any size, and they were all destroyed in that area. I chuckled there, but it wasn't through humour. It was through can't believe it. The damage that's gone, the fishing industry is just unbelievable. All right, so here we go, and we give you a full demonstration now. All right, so lower elevation. Check how this moss builds around the front area where the sea is always. That moss is not the kind of moss you could, especially one right here in front of us. You can look at that, and if you do not know that moss, I am telling you, the only time you've ever seen that is from a distance, or you remember that moss very well, because that throws you down. That will not make sport. Likewise, the upper elevation as you're going around here also is going to get moss depending on the time of year and stuff, and the amount of water and things going up here. You can get moss also developing on that. So upper elevation. Now with the upper elevation, still keep your eyes open, because things like this are happening where the actual lip that's been put on here on the actual boardwalk has actually been broken off, and you will find these cracks along the way. They're not superficial, because you can see pieces are dropping off. So this is not going to go crumble under your way at this moment. Not this intersection. I wouldn't step on the outer one, but I'd be just careful, because this can happen. And again, as you've seen the damage rung from Beryl, what was here that was damaged before is definitely more damage now than it was. All right, so Chill and Grill, these took a hammering. Another one of our very, very popular mobile offices. Now we say mobile office because some people come here and work extremely hard. I have seen people come to this location on a Sunday and do more curls than I have seen them do all week at work. So we call it a mobile office because we are working everyone. But you can see they're doing some expansion on here. They've actually raised the section where the kitchen was. The kitchen was on ground level. That went. We saw that in the road, so we know that that was all blown away. Out here was absolutely destroyed. I mean, literally destroyed. So the whole kitchen area has gone. Now, I don't know if there was any remnants of it, because as I said, we left right after the barrel and we sort of came back like now. So we don't know what was left of that original kitchen, but we do know that half of it or most of it was in the road. We saw that in most of the videos as well. Got a big team here working again already again, so don't think they're gone, they're coming back. And as you can see, there are also additional posts out here as well, which is I guess they're going to put on a little extra roofing or something, or tarping or something, because they're new, because I remember it used to actually end there, and then they had only beach umbrellas out here or bench umbrellas out here beyond this point. So I see Merlin, good afternoon to you. Great work, man. You did a lot of serious stuff here. And you also notice this here looks very much the same, but a little more, definitely a little stronger for sure. But this is how it is right now. A lot of work has been going on it. These people are putting in time. Now, when you hear, oh, nothing happened in Barbados, you can see how many workmen are here. You can understand how long this is taking. You can understand the damage that was here. Pretty much rebuilding it all, just lifting everything up a little higher. All of these businesses out here would have fared very similar to that. Are y'all going? Y'all good? Let me come over and see you, man. I see you doing some cheap. All right, so these all you guys are from Children Girl. Everybody here. I didn't recognize everybody because your shirt there. I know her because she gives bear trouble. I know her, but I'm not sure. No. There you go. So you see, no, if I had gone on here and said all you all are people, yeah, I know. But you understand, I got people on here and say you and say you know him and you don't work there. So I'm glad enough to recognize you don't. You good, brother? Respect, man. All right. So if you all are from here, you would know. I came around to put the camera on you. They got you working hard, man. Listen, y'all took some serious devastation. I mean, we saw videos of your kitchen going out that way. You know, freezers, everything getting washed away, you know, so we know what y'all have been through. So, you know, kudos on the getting back up and fighting and starting. I know, I gotta say, it's good to see people that work here actually here doing some work too. You know, that is a good thing to see, you know, because it shows your blood, sweat and tears are in your property, so you're gonna, yeah, it's your business, it's your work, you know. You may not own it, but this is it for you. And this one here, bear trouble. Do not let her innocence. You hear the laughter all wrong? That wasn't just me, a unanimous wrong here. This one is bear trouble. If you all know her, if you don't know her, come and meet her though, because it's good trouble. We see you all later, okay? Yeah. Oh, sorry?
Maureen is the name.
Maureen? You remember that? You remember Maureen before she told you? You remember her name before she told you? Hold on a minute. You remember her name before she told you?
No, I didn't remember her.
Oh, I remember her too.
Right from Canada.
Yeah. That's right. Correct. All right then. Will you take care? Will you catch you later? Y'all keep doing what you're doing. All right. See y'all later. Okay. Thanks very much, though. See ya. All right. So on where we shall go. We're gonna start up by Kentucky by that actual point there, and then we'll take up the other section another time. So we just talk about what we have between here, there, and just where we can see from there. So this is our sort of like good afternoon to you all. These have got back up quick. Maybe I don't know how come they weren't. Seemed to. I know they were hit, but not obviously. Well, no, that's main structure and stuff. I don't know. Whatever. They're still there and they're looking fairly good, looking right open. So is Oasis, looking as though it's all cleaned up and ready to go again. Wow. Look at the amount of sand that was driven up here, though. Oh my gosh, tons of sand. Well, I had a sand problem out here building up, coming onto the boardwalk. Now they got some sand behind, so let's see how long it takes before this starts to build again. If you were not familiar, or if you were familiar with here before, you remember there was a big mound of sand our entire left coming up here. It's all a mound maybe 3-4 feet high on occasions. So all that is now over here. So we have true beach bars, not beachfront bars, beach bars, because these are on the sand. So, as the publicity, I hope they're listening good. Yo. All right, tapas. I know they got hammered too, because they're fencing around the outside, gone, as you can see. And I know they've had some trouble. So I know they've got themselves back up and running yet. Well, they said we have not been in the island, so we don't know what's happened since Barrow. We're just speculating, but we do remember what it was like right at the Barrow. All this bush here cleaned up. That's nice though. Glad to see that's cleaned up at least. I know most of it will probably be because it got damaged by the salt and stuff, but still good to see that. All up here, water was going right up into the plaza over there, so you will understand the kind of water and volume of liquid that was moving through this area here. All right, tapas upper and lower floor dining. You can look that up for yourselves. No more information, so we're just doing an easy walk tour today. If you want to eat right on the water's edge, literally speaking, this is where you can come. You can go on the upper floor as well, and you can eat up there if you like, or options down floor. So if you can't make steps, or if you want to be more on the ground level where people are and stuff, you can see what's happening here. There was a full beautiful hedge along here. Not sure what is going on for the future here, but I see they have a lot of piping and stuff, which obviously is the pipe that's running the gas to these, but I don't know what, if they're putting back a hedge or if there are plans to do something else here, but that would have been destroyed obviously by the swells as well. Sorry we didn't cover this area the day after Barrel as we did with some of the other locations, but time really wasn't on our side. As you know, Jeanette was not well, so I was sort of like taking some time out for her to go and get some videos and stuff to bring to you all, which she told me to go and do as well. So, alright, this is where Baby Dolls was, is, or used to be. I can't tell you really. So it's nothing, all the chairs and everything would have been moved prior to, but I don't think anybody would expect the water to come up through here. So lots of repairs. They've had some major damage here as well. Major damage on this boardwalk. So I am in a way regretting that I did not come back here, or we did not come here. But I can't really say regretting, because we did as much as we could possibly do. But this is one of the spots that I'm sorry I did not take in rather than somewhere else, maybe I should put it that way. Kentucky, look on your road map again, your Google Maps, whatever. This is Kentucky and Hastings on the south coast of the island. This is your landmark for where we're going to be stopping now. I know there are tons of you on here that are going to be telling me, or have probably already said, we all know that area, we walk that area all the time, we're there every year, etc, etc, etc. But there are one or two people that have never even been to Barbados and are interested in taking in the island and understanding more about it without actually having to come here. You know, there are a lot of choices of destinations around the world. Hopefully we are one of the groups of people that can show why Barbados is so special, not just because of the beauty, but the beauty within the people, which we show you repeatedly. All right, for all you on here, I know a lot of the people on here share a very common interest, because it is our biggest watched vlog, and that, except for the wedding, of course, which obviously took place between two of the same people from the same organization I'm about to mention, and that would be Q in the community. We're going to be bringing you a Q preview tomorrow afternoon. We've arranged to meet with the organizers of the change a little bit, because we want to get as much of that Weymouth is one of the most popular Q locations on this island. So I know that majority of you that are watching this here would have seen, or that we won't, will be aware that Q at Weymouth is huge. So we're going to bring you that. A lot of people are on the island that don't know about Q. A lot of Bajans that don't know about Q or don't know about different areas. If you want to show them why they should be there. If you all get pulses of something going across the screen, I haven't seen it here. I'm not sure. I know what it is though. I forgot to turn off my ringtone, well, my vibration. So all right, I didn't want that to continue. I don't know how many more of the beeps will come through as alerts from Facebook and everything. They're vibrating on the screen. So my apologies for that. Thanks for sticking around. I know we did go off a transmission for a minute and then come back on. Hopefully it wasn't too painful for you. All right, so sand again. All right, sand was right out. Most of these rocks here that you're seeing exposed was all beach. Especially like, I won't say around March thing after the south swells that we had, like more in the summertime, like maybe May and June and stuff. This was normally a lot bigger beach because that's when it settles down. Even through here hurricane season, unless we get some big sea conditions, but we've had some big ones this year. But this is usually beach covering most of these inside rocks there. We're right up to halfway to that groin up there, but I'd say maybe almost halfway out to the actual end of the groin. And that would normally be the beach. So again, it's all being driven up. You can see it all in the inside section here in front of Kentucky. You can also see the mounds of sand out here as well in front of the Kentucky area. All that sand would have been pushed up, and this is obviously higher. Sand has risen here much higher than where it was before the actual system that passed through. So this is where we can end this one. We just want to come out this afternoon and say good afternoon to each and every one of you all. Let me see if I can turn this around, let you see my beautiful and handsome self. Well, my handsome and her beautiful self. So we want to thank you for joining us this afternoon, and it just our sort of like breeze through. Our official welcome back was on Saturday night at the wedding that we went to. We consider our official, sorry, I thought it was a wedding. It was more like a wedding. Yeah, anyhow. The birthday, the 70th birthday, I'm sorry, is Alvin, right? Did I get that right? Mervin. There we go. Consistently on it. Foot tastes fairly good though. Yeah, so anyhow, the birthday was our celebration, but everybody who knows me knows those kind of things happen. And everybody that knows me knows that God has blessed me with the ability to laugh at myself, so I don't take nothing so serious. If people are upset about wrong names and stuff, they don't know me. Because if you know me, you know I can call you wrong names somewhere. Is that not correct? Okay.
That happens when you're 63.
53.
63.
53. Anyhow, so thanks again for joining us. We're going to leave you with a little more of the scenic beauty because we know you want to stay with us, but we really don't want to give you too much of us. So we're going to turn it back around now that you can see some of the scenic beauty. We're going to say our farewells. I have not given you a circle of love, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you to the end of this groin area here, or this section of the actual boardwalk, and I'm going to show you a lovely circle of love. You will understand why it's called that. If you're getting a lot of wind disturbances and stuff today, that is beyond my control. You can appreciate it. You're getting a lot of winds as well as rough churning up seas and stuff. Again, let's remind you as you're on the boardwalk, lower elevations, that is called pelt down. Upper elevations called skateboat. Top elevation called weary area. So you just do our express caution out here. Different levels, of course, depending on how far down you decide to walk on the boardwalk. All right, so I get up here and I'm going to sign off right now. I'm not going to talk anymore. I know that's going to make some of you cry. If you feel in a real tearful mood, what you can do is hit replay on this and hit replay on this and hit replay on this until you've had enough of it, and then you would have heard my voice enough for your day. And then tomorrow morning you can do is get back up and watch us as we're going to be doing a sunrise vlog tomorrow morning. So if you'd like to join us then, we should be out at about 5:30. So if you're on here now and you want to see the sunrise in Barbados tomorrow morning on a beautiful beach setting, with me, of course, the most handsome man in the world, who's also known as Mr. Olympian, and my partner, my wife, my co-star though, understand that, she's not the star, I am the star of the show. Come and join us tomorrow morning. If not, tomorrow afternoon for the Q preview, and following that there, God's Spare Life, we will be at Q in the community, and we'll be there from around 4:30 until about close to 8. And within that time, we are going to bring you all the joy and the beauty and peace from Barbados. And that will be, of course, the Barbadian people and the people that have adopted the Barbadian attitude. Catch you all later. I'm going over here. Haven't given you 360 yet. I want to walk out and talk a little bit, so I didn't want you to be stationary and watching a spot as we were on a tripod. All right, so blessings to you all. Live in peace, live in harmony. Remember, share love. You are given that. That is a beautiful, beautiful power that you've been given. Express it and show it to everyone. Catch you all later.